Hey everyone and welcome back. My name is Bertiez and today's video is going to be a little different than usual. Be sure to subscribe to stay updated and let's have a discussion in the comments today. I want to talk about the current state of Hunt Showdown and ways in which I think the game can be improved. Of course these are my opinions and I want to start by saying I think the team at Crytek developing Hunt is doing a really good job, especially this year when they have to deal with the lockdowns from COVID and working from home. Even through that, they have delivered a solid Halloween event and it makes me excited for future events in Hunt. They're on the right path in my opinion and I see a lot of unreasonable criticism on the subreddit and Discord for Hunt, and I think it's important to remember that this isn't some huge team of people working on this game, and it's totally okay to be skeptical of changes they have or haven't made yet, but I also think we should let them know how we feel in a respectful way. After all, without them, we wouldn't be able to play this great game. Now let's talk about the current state of the game. As of posting this video, it is patch 1.4.7, and so far the patch seems to be going over really well. Both new traits, Whispersmith and Necromancer, have found their spot in the game, and quit swapping has been gone for a couple weeks now. From what I can tell, the community is adapting and becoming more comfortable with these changes. In my own games, I have even noticed the difference, both in my favor and against me. The final changes they made seem to be going over well. I, however, have a few personal ideas and a couple suggestions from Reddit. And real quick, since my channel is based on helping new players becoming better at the game, I want to mention the Hunt Community Discord. I'm going to be linking this in the description and I highly recommend this for all of you. There's honestly a lot of different things you can do on the Discord. You can find guides from creators on YouTube or read up more on the lore, but most importantly, you can find new players to meet and play with. This will help you improve immensely. Okay, and with that said, I'm going to be listing my opinions on what I think they can do now in the short term to help improve the game and help new players come to the game and stay. It's honestly no secret that Hunt is a hard game to get into. Newer players to the game get ran over all the time. I also posted a question on Reddit and got over 100 responses to things that the community sees as problems they want changed. I read them all and it seems the community is pretty much all on the same page from the very small sample size I got. I won't be talking about any of the minor bugs or minor quality of life changes some people mentioned because the Crytek team is already working on those every patch. Here's the list of things I think that can improve Hunt, and some of them shouldn't be too hard to implement quickly. Starting with streamlining the startup menu. This includes a new UI and loadout presets. Next is improved training for new players. This includes a better training mode and a firing range. I also believe they need a better social media presence, creating a tighter bond, and increased YouTube Twitch viewership. And lastly, we'll be going over the Reddit suggestions. This includes the reconnect feature, more after game stats, maybe a kill cam. We'll be talking about the new boss and new map hype, and a snow map variant. So the list is pretty long, but some topics won't take too much time to cover. I believe the root cause of the matchmaking issues are due to the low player base. The game community definitely isn't small, but it isn't as large as I believe it can be. I think we can all agree on that. I think the developers have a few options to help pull in more people and get them hooked. The first solution I have is to streamline the startup menu. This would include loadout presets. The community has been begging for a better way to make a loadout for quite some time now. This problem from an outside perspective doesn't seem too hard to fix. It would be a great way to help new players and veteran players get back into the game, instead of spending those extra minutes crafting another loadout and deciding if they want to get into another game or not. I also think they need to revamp the entire menu. These are fan-made examples that I found on Reddit, and each creator's Reddit name will be displayed in the lower left. Both of these examples have really cool ideas, and it shows how the developers can really clean up the current menu system and make it look very top of the line with some simple artwork. Hunt Showdown already has some of the coolest in-game artwork I have seen, so I know they're able to do it. I also believe they need to change the store layout. The only real reason the store exists is for weapon skins. I think if they made the store a little bit more like Dead by Daylight, it would fit in Hunt. Like this example. Link the DLC exclusives, have weekly specials on different skins, and divide the skins from player skins to weapon skins. I believe making these changes will really help the overall feel of Hunt. The training tab and safe matchmaking for new players was a great addition, but I think the training needs to be amped up a bit more. And I already know some people will be making the comparison to Tarkov, and how there is no training for that game, but I don't really think the argument applies here. Tarkov is more of a modern shooter and appeals to all sorts of players, from PUBG to DayZ to even COD players. And Hunt Showdown is like a weird niche of a PvE shooter battle royale set in the 1860s. And I think preparing new players for how gunfights work and a clear goal of what the game is will really help them understand how to play. Because once they're on their own currently, they just get ran over by more experienced players. And this is in part due to the low player base, which will at times match these two very different skilled players against each other. And a gun range would also be really helpful for new players and even experienced players. This is something I don't think would take too much time to work on. Even just some basic target practice would be better than nothing. The main point of this section is I believe that we need to protect and better prepare new players and hope that they get hooked and stay longer. And now for the next topic. Hunt has a good social media presence, and it's nice to see them post very often to keep the community updated. But I have a few ideas of what they can be doing better to help improve the advertisement of the game. Now this one could be accomplished a few different ways, but I really think a tight bond between the player and developers of the game would really increase the active player base. They could offer more Q&As or be more active when replying on game-based questions. I also think it'd be really smart for the developers to promote Hunt Showdown creators on their social media. Having a solid YouTube and Twitch community is great for any game, and all they would have to do is give shoutouts to creators like they do with the art pieces. It would really benefit the community overall. And now I'd like to mention a few things that I saw repeatedly on my Reddit post. Firstly, the community is really excited for the new boss and map. As we know, the boss will be announced in a couple weeks, and the map won't be until the second quarter of next year, which is a bit of a bummer, but I understand maps take time and they don't have the biggest team. I also saw a lot of posts about a winter snowy daytime variant. I think this could fit really well, and it will just add a new experience to the game. And a lot of people on Reddit really want a better stat page after the game. Things like a 2D map to see player movement and better damage charts. I also saw a lot of people want kill cams. I think kill cams could be a cool addition, but I think you should only be able to view them after the game. That way, like, duos won't be able to point out enemies' hiding spots. And probably the biggest request I saw was people really want a reconnect option. And I think Psycho Ghost Gaming explained it very well on how he thinks this should work and why we should have it. And I personally don't really understand why we don't have this feature in the game yet. I just want to say again, these are just my opinions, and Hunt Showdown is a great game. None of these changes involve in-game balance, but instead more of how the game looks and operates. I want to take a second and thank you all for the support. I would really like to hear your opinions on any of the topics mentioned in the video, and I'll try to reply to all the comments and see what you all think. And real quick, I just want to say it's really awesome to see the subs on this channel grow. It lets me know you guys like what I put out, and all I can hope for is that you find my videos entertaining and helpful. Thanks for watching and have a great day, guys.